Welcome to Reporter 247 channel, the place to update the fastest and most accurate news. A US-made armored vehicle careered through a muddy field, its metal tracks churning up the sticky black soil, and as it came to an abrupt halt by a tree line, a large Ukrainian flag fluttered in the wind. Fire from its machine gun cut through the undergrowth, severing branches. The back door opened up and a platoon of soldiers emerged, running into the trees, firing volleys of shots as they worked their way through a series of hidden trenches. They were members of the 1st Battalion of Ukraine's 3rd Assault Brigade, who had been defending the town of Bakhmut from enemy forces over the last 5 months. Unfortunately, the town fell to Russian mercenaries and convicts 10 days ago, leaving many casualties in its wake. But the brigade was now ready to fight back, as part of a long-anticipated Ukrainian counteroffensive. The officers and soldiers of the 3rd Assault Brigade stationed in Donetsk countryside are highly trained and prepared to face any challenge. While one platoon performs a live fire training exercise, another one takes its place, ready to storm the tree line, clear the trenches and form a defensive perimeter until they are picked up. The brigade is also practicing urban and village combat, which will prove essential in the event of an enemy attack. Recently, Russian-backed mercenaries from the Wagner Group have pulled out of the destroyed city of Bakhmut, leaving behind some of their convict battalions, overseen by the Russian Defense Ministry and renamed Storm Z. The 11th Parachute Brigade, an assault unit, has also been sent by Russia to occupy the city. Both Wagner and the Parachute Brigade are viewed as powerful foes by the Ukrainian military. Despite the long duration of the battle for Bakhmut, which lasted 9 months, the 3rd Assault Brigade kept their morale high and were able to successfully withstand the enemy forces. According to Horbatenko, winning battles isn't about conquering and occupying land, but rather about destroying the enemy's equipment and storage depots. He recounts that his forces had an advantage, as they were able to kill 10 of their opponents for every person they lost, although it ultimately is hard to determine who emerged victorious, since members from the Wagner Group were seen as expendable by their commanders. Dmytro Kukarchuk, the 2nd Battalion commander of the Ukrainian army, asserted that Russian forces had killed both sides during their close-quarter fighting with Ukrainians by using artillery. He also revealed the army's considerable losses. Heavy, a new recruit from the Sumy region who is eager to fight for her country, joined the Army's 3rd Assault Brigade. Her platoon leader, Darwin, had recently conducted a raid behind Russian lines and was preparing for the counteroffensive. Furthermore, the brigade was equipped with US-made M113 armored vehicles, Western tanks, as well as modern and upgraded Eastern Bloc assault rifles and machine guns. Despite the preparation, the Ukrainian soldiers were aware that there were many more grueling battles ahead. The Ukrainian battalion has devised unconventional weapons such as small robot vehicles that can carry explosives to the enemy line. The Ukrainians have a better grip on the use of small rotating drones for surveillance and also for dropping grenades within short ranges. Nonetheless, they are unable to shoot down the long-range fixed-wing drones used by the Russians for daily artillery fire and bombardments to Ukrainian-held towns like Kramatorsk and Konstantinivka. New recruits from the UK have received training, but the officers in the 1st Battalion state that such preparation is not enough to prepare them for combat. They further suggest that retraining is necessary as the Europeans have experience with fighting the Taliban and not with engaging a regular army like the Russians. Finally, the battalion commander states that the Russians are a professional army with obsolete equipment that can be used to continue the war, and, as such, it is essential that the Ukrainians become more sophisticated and technologically developed for them to win the war. Thank you for watching the video. See you in the next videos. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with the latest news. Goodbye.